Hi all and welcome back to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you all. I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness and sharing my life stories with Asperger's syndrome and the like. As you're aware, Autism Awareness Month is coming up, so as I said so many times before, that I'm trying to bring out as many of the autistic related topics that may be floating about that people may want on hand for themselves or for someone that they know. So hopefully some of these will do you guys justice. Hearsay. In saying this, I just pretty much been doing the Autism Out and About series of this part, at least. Like what it was covering on the first part of the Broken Down series was visiting the dentist basically, as well as now the doctors, which was broken into two parts, as well as the hairdressers into two parts from memory. So if you're into any of these autistic related topics or any other things, be it mental health or what have you, smash the like or feel free to click on the right hand corner of the screen where the subscription bar is, so that you can join me on the bandwagon of what my life is like as an Aspie, and hopefully I can show you the ups and downs of my life, because everyone on the spectrum is different. So just a recap from what we've done on the first part of visiting the doctors, I talked about the possible triggers that could come about, and then the preparation for visiting the doctor before, during and after sort of thing. And hopefully in saying this, there was a bit of some tips there from me, and hopefully again in this it might sound a bit repetitive, which I humbly apologize in advance, but as I said, I can't stress it enough to bring out these advice or opinions or whatever it may be based on my experiences, or just, you know, what I've researched. As a keynote, as you know, I'm just a normal everyday Aspie, but if you see any signs and symptoms from the previous videos I've mentioned, be it on the mental health ones versus your general health, seek professional help for yourself or your loved one, or seek professional advice for yourself or your loved one, because I don't forever condone self-harm. So let's begin this. As you know, when it comes down to it, autism children don't like change, right? Regardless what it is, even if we are transitioning from a little child to an adult stage, you know, there will bound to be a lot of changes that comes in our way of things, but then sometimes we need to just be well prepped and ready, hearsay, for whatever is to come. In this case, obviously visiting the doctors. So in preparation, it can help to prepare the individual as much as possible for the visit for the doctors. Marking the visits on the calendar, be it as a visual aid or visual support, be it your calendar, maybe that you hang on the wall with a little, you know, picture in that date that represents the word doctor. Some that are non-verbal, obviously you might want to just, you know, after leading to that preparation stage, if you've got a tablet, you know, maybe use that specialized talking software app that talks back to them, and hopefully that will run smoothly. You can also, in saying this, use some flowcharts to explain why they have to see the doctor and steps, which may be useful. Just remember, just little steps at a time, however, so it doesn't overwhelm them. Hearsay. There is a time though, you got to remember that we can't force the child, as I said, but then again, my suggestion here, it may help to maybe visit the doctors before the appointment and ask at the reception, or ring beforehand of the doctor's clinic at reception and just tell them what you're doing, that you're going for a visit for your child just who is autistic, and hopefully they can actually be familiarized around the environment, and hopefully with all these overwhelming smells and, you know, sights and hearsay, there's hearing of what's going on in the background, they'll be usually useful. In saying this, in the preparation stage, you can also take photos, hopefully if they're allowed to, for example, of the staff or a building. Hearsay can provide an object of reference when preparing at home, however. Using toy doctor sets at home can help to familiarize the individual with the equipment and its uses. It may help to get the first appointment of the day to avoid waiting for too long, but it can't always guarantee though, however, or even in the afternoon, depending on how busy they are. You know, because, you know, sometimes doctors run late on their part with other, you know, patients, so we hope that it doesn't have to thing. Sometimes, hopefully, if you have to, double book it an appointment if need be, as extra time may be needed. It may also be worth checking there are no baby clinics on at the time of visiting, as this tends to be a noisy time in the surgery for, you know, for anybody. And maybe also worth checking also if there's a quieter area where you and your child who is autistic can sit down in the waiting room if it's too much for them of the overwhelming sounds and smells and everything else. You may also want to take along autism alert cards if you're meeting the doctor for the very first time. These will give a brief explanation of what autism is and can be handed out to the public as well. So therefore, also hopefully in saying this, maybe you have a doctor already that specialises in the area of your child that knows about autism, but some don't, so that's why this may be a useful tool. These may be also useful in the waiting room if other patients have difficulty understanding certain behaviours, if your child is up stimming or doing something that's out of the ordinary. Social stories. Social stories could be used to explain the experience of going to the doctor. Professional support. It may also help to provide the GPs or nurses at the surgery information about autistic patients so that they are prepared for the visit as well as your child, as I said before. It may also be worth letting them know, as well as the doctor, of any known possible triggers specific to your child. This can include particular dislikes, likes they have, behaviour and communication strategies that work or interests they have. These may help the GP in forming a relationship with your child too. The GP may need to be informed of strategies, as I said, of sensory issues, so that the examination can run smoothly as well as the equipment can be adapted accordingly. For example, replacing a paper sheet on the examination table with a cloth one. This information could be provided through a letter or phone call before your appointment, however, or you could use something that can represent it, be it like a little health passport that's now being represented here in New Zealand, a resource designed to help people on the autism spectrum or any, health condition to communicate their needs to doctors, nurses, and any other healthcare professionals. Visual supports. It may help to provide visual supports explaining the process and what may be involved during the visit. This could include sequence cards, checklists, or photos. It may also help to use plain scales or body charts to help the person communicate their pain. You could also do a game called Show Me Where or what have you, which is also a tool that is available as a fan, chart, or app to help people to indicate where their pain or discomfort is. Body pictures, as well as the symptom pictures, body diagrams, and all that will come into play. Body diagram, obviously, as a scale could be developed with different pictures, facial expressions, colours, indicating severity of pain next to each number. Stress scales could also be used. So you can use those. You could also look it up, hopefully maybe on an app that has all these. Time indicators may also be helpful whilst using the appointment, waiting for the appointment and during the examination. Sand timers and clocks can be used as a distractor during things such as injections so that your child can see a definite end. The timer shows how much time is left is an interval of 60 minutes using a red dial. Also, in saying this, during or after the examination, basically, you can give your child some rewards, basically, if they deserved it. A resource system may be able to help the person with the experience at the doctors or anywhere else that provides, the anxiety levels to go on the up. We can provide them with something to look forward to and enable them to see an end in the experience. You can obviously use some form of visual support aid to reinforce this to help you. Comforts, distractions, and relaxation techniques. Comforters, distractors can help any autistic people with sensory issues, fear of boredom in the waiting room. These could include personal devices for listening to music, earplugs, glasses, books, or favourite toys, or a favourite blanket. Demonstrating on other toys to show what will happen during a physical examination can help to reassure the person that they have nothing to worry about. Using objects such as stress balls, chewy tubes, and therotubing can also help during experiences of pain or discomfort for the child. Chewy tubes are cylindrical pieces of rubber tubing which are safe and non-toxic that can be sucked or chewed on. They can help to release the stress. Therotubing, however, is a similar material that can be made into a bracelet or necklace to bite down on. Relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, counting, singing favourite songs, talking about a favourite interest, or looking at favourite books, toys could also help during the physical examination or treatments that is needed. Equipment, as I said, you can use to recover is your squeezies, stress balls, therapy chewy tubes, time and sand timers, and all the like. And also in saying this, that you could probably, if need be, for the, you know, relaxation part of it, if need be, if it gets too much, you can ask the doctor to stop, or see if you can put the child into a weighted blanket to weigh them down a bit if they are getting a bit of stress involved. Or another one is just, as I said, take them into another room if it gets too much. So this quickly ends Autism Out and About Part 2, the strategy tips of visiting the doctor. Smash the like button, comment below. Comment below also if I've missed out any tips that may be useful for others around that if you have a child with autism, so that we can get to know each other, so I can open this floorboard right now. Feel free to share these videos around. Feel free to follow me on my social medias. Feel free to pop in and say hi Aspie by private messaging me on AspieAnswers if need be on my Facebook page. Feel free to subscribe, as I said, because I'm hoping to do this as much as I can on the daily, or else it's be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, depending. Feel free to just turn on the notification bell if you do decide, so that you can get up to date with my newer content, so that we can, you know, ride this out together. So not for the do, guys. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. Do what you love what you do. Until next time, Aspie signing out, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao for now.